Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. If you are just joining us, pause everything because what just unfolded on the courts of the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships is the kind of tennis that changes perceptions, ignites fan bases, and sends shockwaves across the global stage. Tonight, the world witnessed an extraordinary performance, a match that will be replayed in highlights for years to come. Alexandra Eala, the 20-year-old Filipino sensation, stepped on his center court with fire in her eyes, determination in her swing, and a nation's pride on her shoulders. Across the net stood Jasmine Paolini, the Italian world number 6, a seasoned competitor, a player of experience and resilience, someone who has faced the highest echelons of tennis and survived. From a very first point, it was clear this was going to be no ordinary encounter. Eala came out aggressive, commanding, and precise, immediately asserting her presence on the court. Paolini, known for her tactical acumen and ability to neutralize opponents' strengths, tried to find her rhythm early. But Alexandra Eala's left-handed spin, her fearless forehand, and her ability to move fluidly across the fast Dubai hard courts gave her an immediate edge. The opening games were a statement. Eala broke Paolini's serve with relentless pressure, sending her shots deep, angled, and unpredictable, forcing errors from the Italian star. The first set unfolded almost like a masterclass in attacking tennis. Eala's serve was particularly effective tonight. She alternated between wide slices to drag Paolini off the court and deep body serves to jam her, mixing pace and spin in a way that kept the defending champion guessing. Paolini, usually so consistent and difficult to rattle, struggled to find her usual balance. Eala's court coverage was impeccable. She anticipated Paolini's flat drives, redirected pace with soft touches when needed, and unleashed blistering winners from seemingly impossible positions. By the time the first set concluded 6-1 in Eala's favor, the Dubai crowd was already roaring, waving Philippine flags, and celebrating a historic moment in Asian tennis. But the story was far from over. Jasmine Paolini, a player who has shown time and time again that she thrives under pressure, refused to capitulate. The second set began with both players holding serve, tension mounting with each point. Paolini attempted to change her approach, coming to the net more frequently, taking the ball earlier, and trying to dictate the tempo. Yet Eala's composure was remarkable. Even under the spotlight of an almost partisan crowd, she remained calm, maintained depth on her shots, and continuously tested Paolini's movement laterally across the court. The rallies in the second set were longer, more tactical. Paolini's backhand, usually one of her most reliable weapons, was targeted strategically by Eala. The Filipino star's left-handed topspin forehand pushed Paolini wide, creating angles that opened the court for follow-up winners. Each point was a chess match, with Eala improvising brilliantly, occasionally mixing drop shots, slices, and cross-court drives to destabilize Paolini's rhythm. And when Paolini tried to flatten the ball to gain quick points, Eala met it with early strikes, precise footwork, and defensive counterpunching that frustrated the Italian star. As the set progressed, the intensity only increased. Paolini managed to claw back a few games, holding serve under immense pressure and testing Eala's resolve. The Italian's experience was on full display, showing why she has remained in the top 10 for so long. But Alexandra Eala's confidence had reached another level. She moved with poise, her strikes were decisive, and her tactical awareness was stunning. She knew exactly when to attack, when to defend, and how to manipulate the court to her advantage. Every powerful forehand down the line, every angle drop shot, and every perfectly placed serve spoke to a player who had not just trained for this moment, but was born to rise in moments like these. The set reached its climax in a dramatic tiebreak. Eala and Paolini exchanged points like heavyweight fighters exchanging blows, neither giving ground easily. Eala's serve was aggressive yet intelligent, keeping Paolini off balance. When Paolini attempted to rush the net or shorten the points, Eala countered with perfect lobs and passing shots, reminding everyone why she is considered one of the brightest prospects on tour. The crowd erupted every time Eala hit a winner, and the pressure began to weigh on Paolini. Each point in the tiebreak was a mini-battle, with mental toughness and strategic nuance deciding the outcome more than pure power. Ultimately, Eala's calm under pressure was the defining factor. She edged the tiebreak 7-5, securing the second set and the match in straight sets, 6-1, 7, 7-6-5. The victory was not just about the scoreline. It was a demonstration of tactical brilliance, mental resilience, and raw talent. Eala had taken a player of immense experience and composure and outmaneuvered her on every front. The straight-set nature of the win only amplified the shockwave across the tennis world. Looking at the statistics, Eala's first serve percentage was exceptional, allowing her to dictate points from the outset. Her winners to unforced errors ratio reflected a player in complete command of the court. Paolini, while still showing flashes of brilliance, was repeatedly drawn into difficult positions, forced into defensive stances, and pressured into making errors she rarely makes. The combination of crowd support, strategic lefty spin, and fearless shot-making created a perfect storm that Paolini could not weather. From a tactical perspective, the match highlighted the strengths and weaknesses of both players. Eala's forehand was her biggest weapon, delivering both power and angle. Her backhand, often overshadowed by her forehand, proved resilient, defending aggressively when under pressure and occasionally opening the court with precise cross-court shots. Paolini's flat, penetrating ground strokes were a potential counter, but Eala neutralized them with early strikes, movement anticipation, and excellent positioning. Eala's ability to read Paolini's patterns allowed her to dictate the pace and flow of rallies. Mentally, this match was a testament to Eala's growth as a competitor. The young Filipino star managed pressure like a veteran, showing no sign of nerves even as Paolini attempted to impose her experience and craft. She embraced the energy of the crowd, turned it into momentum, and never let the Italian dictate the terms of play. For Paolini, the match was a harsh lesson in how even the most experienced players can be unsettled when faced with fearless aggression combined with tactical precision. This victory is historic for multiple reasons. Alexandra Eala has not only defeated a top 10 player in straight sets, but has done so on a stage that magnifies every victory. The Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships is a WTA 1000 event, one of the most prestigious tiers outside the Grand Slams. By winning in such emphatic fashion, Eala has catapulted herself into the global tennis consciousness. This is a career-defining moment, the kind of match that inspires entire nations, motivates young players, and reshapes rankings trajectories. The crowd's reaction cannot be overstated. Filipino fans in Dubai turned the stadium into a sea of blue and red, waving flags, chanting loudly, and creating an atmosphere reminiscent of a home match. Every winner by Eala was met with a thunderous roar. Every error by Paolini drew collective sighs or nervous murmurs. The energy was palpable, and it undeniably boosted Eala's confidence, while challenging Paolini's mental fortitude. The home crowd effect, often discussed theoretically, was witnessed in its purest form tonight. As we look toward the implications of this match, several points stand out. Eala's rise is now undeniable. This performance establishes her not merely as a promising talent, but as a legitimate contender capable of taking down elite opponents in high-stakes situations. For Paolini, it is a reminder that rankings and experience, while critical, cannot substitute for focus, adaptability, and the hunger of a rising star. The upset will reverberate in rankings, media coverage, and fan conversations worldwide. Beyond statistics and rankings, this match tells a story of courage, preparation, and timing. Alexandra Eala brought years of training at the Rafa Nadal Academy to life on the court tonight. Every slide, every angle, every calculated risk was a manifestation of her journey from a promising junior to a professional capable of challenging the best in the world. Jasmine Paolini's experience provided a counterpoint, highlighting what it takes to remain at the top of the WTA Tour. But even that was not enough to overcome Eala's perfect blend of preparation and execution. The match also highlights the evolving landscape of women's tennis. Youthful energy, tactical innovation, and fearless play are increasingly challenging established hierarchies. Eala represents this new wave. Players who are confident, well-coached, and unafraid to seize the moment. Matches like this are transformative not just for individual careers, but for the perception of tennis in nations like the Philippines, where such victories inspire the next generation of athletes. To break it down point by point, the first set was dominated by Eala's service games and ability to control rallies from the baseline. Paolini struggled to find angles and was repeatedly stretched wide by Eala's forehand. In the second set, Paolini adjusted, attempting more aggressive net play and flattening her shots to shorten points, but Eala countered with perfect passing shots, crisp volleys, and acute court awareness. The tiebreak tested both players' mental resilience, but Eala's calm, strategic choices carried her through to victory. This match will be remembered not just as a win, but as a lesson in composure, courage, and the power of belief. Alexandra Eala took control of her destiny tonight. She did not merely win. She dominated, inspired, and sent a message that she belongs among the elite. Jasmine Paolini, despite the loss, displayed professionalism and grit, but the day belonged to the young Filipino. As the fans poured onto social media, hashtags like #AlexEala, #DubaiTennisShock, and #WTAUpset began trending worldwide. Analysts dissected every serve, every shot, every tactical choice. Commentators marveled at Eala's anticipation, her court coverage, and her ability to remain calm under the enormous weight of expectation. For the Philippines, it was a moment of pure pride. For tennis fans globally, it was a demonstration of how quickly the dynamics of the tour can shift when talent, preparation, and determination collide. In conclusion, tonight was a match that showcased everything that makes tennis extraordinary: tactical depth, physical endurance, mental fortitude, and a narrative that resonates beyond the scoreline. Alexandra Eala defeated Jasmine Paolini in straight sets, 6-1, 7-7, 6-5, delivering a career-defining victory that stunned the tennis world. The match was more than a contest. It was a statement, a turning point, and a historic moment in WTA history. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed a single point of this match, rewind and watch carefully. Every serve, every forehand, every strategic adjustment tells a story of a player on the rise, a nation inspired, and a tour that is witnessing the birth of the next generation of stars. Alexandra Eala has arrived. Jasmine Paolini will regroup, learn, and come back stronger. But tonight, the spotlight belongs to the young Filipino, who combined talent, tenacity, and tactical brilliance to claim a victory that will be remembered for years to come. This is Dubai, this is history, and this is a masterclass by Alexandra Eala that the tennis world will not soon forget.